Oh, I'm just trying to make my lamp work. Hello. Oh gosh, all this that's not good for my feng shui. That's bad energy. So this is a very quick late night, tiny little stream because I think some of my anxiety is abating, which is exciting. And I thought I could do a good deed this evening, which is, my friend, hey David, I don't know, is that mirror image or the right way for you? But basically, he's written a game called You Meet in a Tavern, You Die in a Dungeon. Hey Ben. Hey Ben Hall. Lovely to have you here. So I thought we could do a super quick video. Bubbles. We can do some ASMR. I'm just popping some bubbles right now. I think some people really like that. It's the right way around, yay. So basically I followed my buddy on Twitter for the longest time, but he kind of retired from Twitter. And I just bumped into him at Dragon Meet and I was really excited to see him. And he was also giving me some really nice compliments about the Warhammer channel, which is like when you meet someone you think is super cool and then they're like, oh, I think what you do is cool also. So it was very exciting meetup. It's nice when people that you think do cool stuff approve of what you're doing. So his name is Ursi Dice. I don't think that's his real name. That's his Twitter name. I should put it in the chat so you guys can follow. Folks can follow. Here we go. So this is the creator. He actually is off Twitter now because obviously Elon is crazy evil. But what a cool name for a game. And for those of you who don't, like a huge trope that when you start playing a game, you generally meet in a tavern, and then you go off to have adventures and die. So this is how it comes. You get these 3 supplements. This is the first time I'm looking at it, so you're seeing it at the same time as me. Does anybody here play Dungeons and Dragons or RPGs? So this one is the Dungeoneer's Handbook, and I'm reading mirror language on my side. This one is the Dungeon Keeper's Guide, and this one is the Dungeon Manual. And on the back it says delve fast, die fast. Nice. So let's have a little look. Oh, look, you can always tell when someone's good. Their thank you list is long. They have a lot of people that they appreciate. So basically you get to meet in a tavern and then you have some scenes in a tavern and you decide what the tavern is like. Looks exciting. Then you introduce a quest, which is very important. And then you throw... So you die in a dungeon, and here's a little map. And it says, now we're getting to the heart of the session. It's time to throw the Dungeoneers into the dungeon and start getting people killed. Okay. So in order to generate the dungeon, you draw some cards and roll some dice. So that sounds cool. And then you draw a card and it tells you the hazards and things that are in there. Ooh. Oh. Between room scenes are great opportunities for introducing new Dungeoneers after one dies. Some pretty cool illustrations in here as well. We can have a look at those pictures. A little elf with a big old sword. Love an elf. And some rolling tables to make up characters. Very cool. Dungeon manual to help you build your rooms and things. And they've got things like hazards that you can encounter. humanoid, ice, mage, monster. I'm really loving this artwork. It's quite quirky. There's a little bit of an 80s feel, but it feels really lovely. It's one of those very smooth, yeah, it's like shiny. Probably shouldn't rub my face on it, but yeah, you know me, I love my books, so I really appreciate a nice quality shiny paper. And the Dungeoneer's Handbook, which is really cute as well. Look at that beholder, that big boy. Okay, so it looks like you can choose to be a fighter, a magic user, a priest, a ranger, or a thief. No bard, which is my favorite trope. Doesn't this look fun? I think the thing that enticed me the most into this was, firstly, that it was given to me by someone I think is very cool. It comes with a little pack of cards. And you all know how I love my packs of cards, be they tarot, adventure. One of my favorite, I don't really like it to play because it's depressing AF. But I'm barred from being a bard. The Curse of Strahd, it was one of my first outings back into 5th edition, and that was really fun. I didn't like the game because it's basically interminably depressing and you can never escape from the realm of Strahd. Spoilers! But they did have a tarot card deck which set up some of the main quest things to do. Welcome the old hooter. Ralpartha miniatures. I don't know what they are. You should enlighten me. So this comes with a pack of cards. So that really enticed me in. This one looks to be a double-sided, but all the others, they actually have like suits on them. So that's the 3 of diamonds. And this one, it looks like this is how you decide your dungeon, right? Yeah, he's a funny guy as well. So there will be humor involved. So I wonder if what we could do at some future point is I could start a Zoom and invite 2 or 3 players and we could try playing this online. But yeah, it looks like there's a bunch of cool things to do. And it might not take too long as well. So that's an option. Hi, Simro Dave. Yeah, we could basically I'd have a look at the rules real quick, and then anyone who wants to jump on a Zoom, we can try and run a one-shot or play the game quickly. I guess I'd have to make character sheets and everything. But the characters look cool. This is the ranger. Thief. And then it's everything. It's so complete. There's backstory prompts. Then you get to do the thing where you all decide your connections to each other. It's interesting playing to die. Like, that is very grimdark. I mean, it's the opposite of me. What book am I on in the Heresy right now? I just finished Legion, and I haven't got myself together to buy the next book yet. So Ian and I need to discuss Descent of Angels. Is that what it's called? Descent of Angels and Legion. And yeah, I think I just finished this one. No, not sure. What gaunts am I on? You've sidetracked me, Ash. Oh, I've just finished the Guns of Tanith. So depressing. So yeah, and you can get a beast companion. But it's interesting, like, playing knowing that you're going to die. Like, that's interesting, right? I mean, one of the things I learned playing Dungeons and Dragons is that you should never build a character that you get really attached to. You should be prepared for your characters to die. Yeah, I'm just going to read the philosophy on death in this. This is a game where your Dungeoneer is expected, no destined to die. Let's be honest, it's why you played to begin with. It's why you wanted to play to begin with. We've beaten around the bush long enough. Let's kill a Dungeoneer. You have control over when and how your Dungeoneer dies. Whenever your Dungeoneer enters a room, you'll be told the hazards that are there. If the hazard has a tag for your destined death, Ooh, so destined death is a thing in this game? Ooh. Wow, wow, wow. Earthy dice. Crikey, Moses. And this is why I love talking to authors. Like, what made you think to put a destined death in there? So basically, you go in a room and you pull a card for the room. And I'm guessing that, yeah, that these are the hazards that you'll find there and stuff. And then if you've got flesh construct as your destined death, you could choose to die. Yep. If the hazard has the tag for your destined death, you can choose to trigger your death at any point while that hazard has 1 or more hit points. Throughout the dungeon, your Dungeoneer's destiny will be reduced. When their destiny reaches 0, you do not need to trigger their death immediately, even if there is an appropriate hazard. Instead, ask the Dungeon Keeper to add a hazard with the appropriate tag to the next room. You can trigger their death at any point after entering their next room, and you must trigger it in that room. When you trigger your Dungeoneer's death, forget about sharing the spotlight with other players. Make this all about you. Love that. When you trigger your Dungeoneer's destined death, let everyone know and describe the awful, embarrassing, or downright ridiculous way that your Dungeoneer dies. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, I mean, that's a very cool concept and a very original idea. And now this is cool. Hi, Fabian. I didn't see you up there. Hi, Robbie. Hi, Simro. Yeah, so now that we have this game and we know it exists, but I get to share it with you guys quickly. Sorry, you folks. Don't want to be exclusionary. And if anyone searches this game, this little live will come up. And then maybe if I can figure out how to run it, we can run it with some Zoom players. The one thing I'd say is I'm going through a period of where contemplating dying may not be psychologically helpful for myself. But yeah, so we'll have a little think about that and see if we want to pursue it. So I guess we're just going to make this a neat and tiny first look at you meet in a tavern, you die in a dungeon. So it will exist on YouTube to be searchable and support my friend, Earthy Dice, who very kindly gave me this and has been encouraging me in Warhammery things, which is very kind because there are quite a lot of people at Dragon Meet who could have been, oh my God, like you suck, like you don't know anything. And in fact, I do get some of those comments sometimes, which I delete. So that was very kind of him. So I'd like to support him. Oh, look, there are 24 people here now, 26 people. How did that happen? That just jumped up really quickly. Yay. So we were just all looking at, you meet in a tavern, you die in a dungeon, which is by my friend. Yes. I always get this wrong. I have to look on the Twitter for the pronunciation. It's pronounced Earthy Dice. Probably not his real name. This is the main thing I have been dungeoning and dragoning, because I haven't played at all recently. Yay, go to bed, Robbie. Good night. This is also highly recommended. Obviously, it is Wizards of the Coast, who own so much of my wallet. Hey, Callum. We're just doing a really quick stream to promote my friend's game and think about maybe playing it. But this is really relaxing just before bed. You have to, it's like Where's Wally, but in D&D. So I'm not really playing in many games at the moment, but this is a nice way to get my fix. And it would be really cool if I could Dungeon Master something on my own channel. It'd be quite silly. So yeah, we will see if we do that in the future. But another cool thing. My buddy John Dodd also writes games and books. So this is Quest, and I will talk about that on another stream if anyone's interested. But John's fairly grimdark, I would say. He also runs Dragon Meet, and this is the blurb on the back of the back of Quest. Peace after a century of war. We began to rebuild the world. We looked to the stars to see our destiny. We did not dream they were looking back. The invasion came swift without mercy. They saw only a world broken by endless conflict, but they reckoned without the chosen. Unbowed, unbroken, undefeated. Will we drive them back and discover anew what the wars took from us? For this is our world. This is our quest. Thank you, A. Kirby. You are a really cool, yeah, it's very cool art. And then Jude, who is John's amazing partner, does maps. It's totally cool. It's so beautifully done. And like if you speak to John, it's like hearing a tome speaking. He has such a portentous way of talking. He has a big imagination. Like I feel like, yeah, you could stick him in a completely cold, clean room and he'd come up with like a whole universe in a second. Some really nice art. So yeah, we can have a look at that another day. But yay. Anyway, thank you for letting me share. You meet in a tavern, you die in a dungeon. First look. This video exists and really lovely just to hop on here for a super short one. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do this, if it's going to wreck the algorithm or anything. But anyway, I hope you're having a nice evening. And I thought I would bring some replenished, unanxious energy to a live for once. So everyone have a lovely sleep. I'm going to take this and cup of tea and have, what will I have? Something to eat in bed, which is not crummy. And yay! Oh, Marjo, love the videos too. I am benevolent, kind, creative DM. Yay. Oh, is that Alex from the Duke Mitchell Film Club? Could be one of two friends. Yay, thanks and lovely to see you all. And yay, have unicorn dreams and we'll see you all next time. Good night.